Good morning and welcome to this new podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the different literary movements over time. First, we're going to learn about the epic genre with Carolina. The epic genre is about
Plot centers around a hero, involves deaths of superhuman strength and valor. Vast setting, involves supernatural and or otherworldly forces. Sustained evolution of style, poet remain objects and omniscient. Some authors and compositions. The Poem of Creation by James Weldon. The Iliad by Homero. The Odyssey by Homero. The Divine Comedy by Dante. And all these compositions have the type of narrator is omniscient.
Next, let's go with Cecilia.
The Renaissance. This era was under the influence of the Greek and Latin. The Renaissance caused a change in the environment. At this time, they also tried to get rid of religion because they didn't find it useful anymore. The main character of the Renaissance is William Shakespeare, born in 1564 until 1616. He was an actor, but he is most known for his plays. William Shakespeare still is one of the most important authors in the world. And even 400 years later, we still study his work, which was really important at the Renaissance because it captured human emotions, from hate, love, evil, and even justice. Some characteristics of his work is that the story always tells the past of the protagonist's life. The hero dies, the innocent suffer, and the future of the hero is destroyed by terrible events. He wrote comedies, dramas, and tragedies. William Shakespeare wrote from bloody to love plays. One of his most famous works is Hamlet, Macbeth, and Romeo and Juliet. There's a rumor that says that William Shakespeare didn't actually exist, and that a person used that name to sign his or her plays. And even if he didn't exist, William Shakespeare will always be the main character of the Renaissance.
Now we're going to be talking about the epopee with Emiliano and Delfino.
Epopee. Usually a long narrative poem written in the height or exalted style and recounting tales of gods or heroes. A characteristic is that primary or original epics, representing the pure epic form in Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. Another characteristic is that this topic includes thematic breadth and the use of epic repetition and the extended smiles and metaphors.
Some of the authors of the epopee is like Servan Severa, Aviles, and Javier Garcia. The fragment and composition of the epopee is the Proclus Christomania. Next come to the Little Iliad in 4 books by Lech of Midland. Its contents are as follows. After this, the Povus marries Helen. Odysseus brings Neoptolemus from Cyprus and gives him his farms and arms. And the gods of Achilles appears to him. The subject is like epic yarn, and the type of narrator is secondary character.
Now let's go with Cristal to tell us more about the Spanish Golden Age.
The Spanish Golden Age was the period of Spanish literature extending from the early 16th century to the late 17th century. The Spanish Golden Age is generally considered the high point in Spain's literature history. There was 3 literary genres: poetry, drama, and novel, and of the 3 genres, poetry was the most admired in the Golden Age. Now, let me tell you about the most important authors and their compositions. One of the most recognized definitely of this time is Miguel de Cervantes by its composition of Don Quixote. There is also Lope de Vega with Fuente Ovejuna and Pedro Calderón de la Barca with Life is a Dream. The end of the Golden Age is typically marked by the emergence of the Baroque period. And this was just a bit of how much I can tell you about the Golden Age. I hope you enjoyed it.
And finally, we're going to talk about the songs of the Middle Age with Andrea.
Songs of the Middle Age. It was liturgical music, songs, and instrument pieces from that era. That era of Western music only included liturgical music, and that were used for the church and secular music, and sometimes non-religious music. It was composed for some vocal and instrumental music in different genres, and it did not have any kind of national system, and it was always monophonic. One of the composers of that age was Hilhard von Bingen, and the other composers of songs of the Middle Age was Manuel de Arras and Adam de Laye. And some of the compositions were Greensleeves and Song of Roland. Song of Roland were like the most important and famous from that age, and it was an epic poem.
Thanks for listening to us, and we'll see you in the next podcast. Goodbye.